Welcome back to Birds of a Feather, the CoEd edition. It's your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess here, back with my co-ed Eddie B. We're here to talk about the most
Hey,
depressing ending to the season. But first of all, how are you, Eddie B?
I mean, I'm already over it. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah,
Uh, Look, it was a lot to it that I just was like, I remember how the way they were playing. We talked about this weeks ago. Like, I was like, if they get in it, it's going to be a first round exit. Like, just because they're not, this team has been playing right, so it's like they're not the team that that we were used to seeing in the postseason.
mm-hmm. I had the same
But
thoughts.
but you know what? But you know what? I because we knew they weren't gonna. Even if they did get past this first round, what were they gonna do in that way?
Yeah, especially against the Bears. I didn't feel good about the next round.
I wasn't worried. I was more worried about like we're not gonna get past the NFC Championship, like
Right,
playing like that.
right.
I was like, we can get past the first two maybe, but are we gonna win that third game? Is the Super Bowl?
Nah,
Uh, no.
no, you're feeling like me.
But
I
no,
think I think we both kind of knew it. I think that's why we're not as destroyed, you
I mean,
know.
oh yeah, in the moment, yes, I was not happy. Like, I was cursing and whatever else, but now when I sit back and look at it, and part of like, I don't kind of didn't they win the Super Bowl, kept them too. I didn't mean they don't keep them then.
I don't know. I have mixed emotions. I do believe that it's hard to go back to back, and they proved it.
Oh, it
Especially
is
when,
really hard.
yeah, especially with this year. I think like you and me both have discussing all season that we kind of felt like this has not been the true offense that we're used to seeing. And during that game, the defense wasn't looking like the same defense that had been whooping ass all. They looked a little
Mhm.
lost very early. So, how did you feel about the second half, even though the defense wasn't categorically all together, it seemed, until that second half.
No, they just gave up. They gave up a big play. And the thing is, they were doing okay, then they gave up big plays. Couple of big, it was three big plays that changed that game.
Yep.
You know, and then as much as I love AJ Brown, there's also his three drops changed the game too. Like he had three crucial drops in fourth down territories, and like one that could have been a touchdown.
Hmm.
One of those should have been a PI, but I'm not gonna talk about that because the refs were like, we were better off a Helen Keller being out there,
Yeah, yeah,
because they were blind. I mean, they weren't blind to stuff we were doing, but they were blind to stuff that
they were doing.
you know they were doing. That kind of makes that makes people wonder about the stuff being fixed, and like it even went back to when the Panthers, the first, not just before the Panthers, man, they need to win that game, and all this weird stuff was going on, and the refs were like,
Hmm. Hmm.
like, they wanted the Panthers to lose that game, but then freaking Atlanta beat. Then it
Beat
didn't
the Bucks,
matter,
and that was karma. That was straight up
and,
karma.
and they got in anyway.
And they
Like
got it
it's like
anyway. Yeah, and they
they were
almost won that
trying to,
game.
they were trying their best to get them to keep them out of the playoffs. Yeah,
Because
but
it just doesn't look sexy. It doesn't look sexy if the Panthers got further than they did, but they almost did.
well, people have this. I don't know. We say it all the time in Philly. They don't like us. Like, but
We don't care.
we don't care. Like that's it. We don't care. Like they constantly just be like, oh, I don't see why we get different. Like we get the reverse treatment of like the Chiefs did. Like after they won, like after the Chiefs won, they were like, "Ooh, let's keep giving them benefit of the doubt on everything," and they didn't get that this year. So but we never get that, never.
Well,
And
what
they
do you
try
see
to
the
take us in.
differences? What do you see the differences though, Eddie, between both our season and KC's? Was that what was the big difference? The change in the OC made that whole season, right? Because KC didn't have the enemy. So that's why they were looking mediocre and why we were it was easy for the Eagles to beat them the previous season. So don't you notice that if you change an OC, it makes a huge difference on how your offense, if not your whole team plays?
Yeah, and it's depending on the guy too. I mean,
Right,
There's a lot of factors that go in there with that coach. Are the players going to buy in to what he's selling?
right.
You know, are they going to be the same with this person? It's like all these people are talking like they're talking about who should come here to Philly now since now we have an open spot. Like who's going to bring it in? Who are they going to bring in? People are talking about, oh, let's bring back Frank Wright. I was like, no, don't bring back Frank Wright. It's been too long. He's been too long separated. No. I mean, I do want an older guy who wants to grow somewhere
Who's
and want to
seasoned?
stay somewhere,
Yeah.
who's seasoned, who has you know, who has that experience to know when not to call.
Yes.
That last drive was pathetic, like play calling. Like you ran the same formation 3 times in a row.
Thank
I mean,
you.
they had different routes on some of them,
But still.
but for the last one, you mean to tell me you ran two and two, 2-2 formation with 4 verticals?
In a row.
No,
In
no.
a row. No mixing it up.
Yeah, but at least the other ones had like somebody come on the post sometimes.
But
Somebody
still.
moved a
It,
different way. But this one was just everybody go.
yeah.
Like you maybe send one guy, 1 or 2 guys over the top to try to make the draw back to D-backs. You don't send everybody. Like, how do you send everybody back and run the same? Especially when you run the same formation, you should change it up.
I mean, once
On that.
once Reed Blankenship got turned around on that bad TD that he got lost in, I was like, all right, it's a wrap. Because if Reed is out there looking crazy, I don't know what kind of
We could have on
formula.
that last drive if they would have said, "Oh, let's call better play than 4 vertical routes." They get nothing. Yeah, nobody come back for the football. Yeah, nobody do anything.
And honestly, even my aunts, I was sitting with my aunts because my aunts were in town for a funeral yesterday, and so they were even sitting there going, "Why don't they just do something different?" And I'm like, this has been the whole season. I said, if you see it and you're not even an Eagles fan, that is bad when they're going, oh my God, why don't they run it different?
Well, that's what we've been saying. Like, hey, see something
Yeah.
different. The running game wasn't even that bad. They were running the ball okay for a minute, but then just
But
things are
even
right.
Saquon sometimes runs the same. I'm like, dude, it's not working going straight. You got to bounce out. Like, I feel like Saquon gets stuck in a rut too. They were running, he was breaking some, but it was like, I still felt like all season, even Saquon cannot be original knowing this O line is beat up. Like, he's got to choose better holes. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, well, he was also
Pause.
not getting. He's. Well,
I had
he's
to get a
not.
laugh out of that.
And also he's not getting quality blocks either. So I
He's
mean,
not. He's not. He had a battle anyway, but between him and Tank, I'm sorry, Tank got better vision than Saquon this year. Tank pretty much, if he had been used more, I don't think Saquon
uh, I
probably would
disagree.
have been struggling. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna disagree on that
I
because we both agree that
don't
Tank should
think
have been used more though. Tank should have
I
been
do
used
want
more.
to. Yeah, he should have used more, but they play Saquon different too. Like when
Yeah,
Tank's in
they
there,
do.
they're not throwing 8 guys in a box for Tank Bixby, and so that gives him more room to try and move around.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
just
he's
felt like after
also
a while I got sick of Saquon. He was getting on my
he's also
nerves.
a different kind of runner too. He's like
Yeah, he is.
he has to go. Like he can't bounce around and like
Can't dance.
dance.
Yeah. Saquon be dancing and Tank's like, I'm just
He
going.
can, he can dance around because he has a faster step than Tank does. So he can stop, move, plant his foot, move. And Tank just goes like and just runs you
I
the
get
fuck
you.
over.
I get you. But
So
you're sounding like someone like and like I said, you know more than me in terms of what structure and lineups because I'm not looking at the whole scheme. I'm looking at what I'm seeing, and my eyes are going, sit down, Saquon. Especially when he got hurt, I was like, keep your ass down. Let's break it
yeah,
up and just give the
we
little
don't
boy some
use him
play.
this late in the season and have to worry about not having you for next year.
I hear
Like,
you. I hear you. I just got frustrated because it was the same crap. It just got on my nerves. Like everything felt like they were
yeah,
just beating the dead drum on offense
but
all year.
now it's time to retool. We have a lot of retooling to do because we got a lot of free agents coming up. That list is long. Did you see
That
that
list
list?
is long. Yeah, and I obviously my
So,
Goddard's not coming back because they can't throw the bank at him that he deserves.
no, and they even said that because they know he wants to pay that. Like
He
he's gonna
deserves
get
a
one
pay.
more. He's gonna get one more payday in his career while he's at his
Yeah,
age.
he needs a check. He's a daddy now. He definitely wants that check. So he's definitely going
Yeah,
somewhere
I love
else.
the rock. I love the baby rock
Yeah,
footage.
yeah, that was cute. Once he
Uh,
said that, I was like, oh, she must have had the baby.
Yeah,
Um,
so that was cool.
well, and you also have to look at Reed being gone, the Kobe. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's
hell,
gonna
Tank.
be.
Tank might not come back. You never know.
I mean, I would love to bring him back on a contract if we can.
Yeah.
I mean, let AJ Dillon go.
Yeah, AJ
Bring.
was the guy from PHLY, Bo, was mad about AJ Dillon holding a roster spot. He was livid about it. He said he didn't hold a freaking roster spot. He could have had somebody else. I don't
Yeah, and
I don't
then
know. It sounded like
and
a good idea at the time because of his size,
I
but
want,
no.
yeah, I want Blankenship back. I want Blankenship back.
I do
We
too, but
we,
I wouldn't be shocked if they break up the exciting whites. I wouldn't be shocked.
yeah, we can't lose that. And he's one of our better safeties. We can't lose out a good safety. Like, come on, we're
I'm just
already
I'm just
hurting.
I'm just thinking in terms of like how this team usually goes. They got to package a whole bunch of guys that are at least somewhat decent in order to get more. So I feel like there's going to be people you can't hold your hat on to come back. There's just going to be too many other tempting deals.
What's going to happen? Do we keep hold on to Bond? Do we trade him away, sign Kobe, and have Kobe and Campbell out there?
No, I'd rather
We go
keep
through.
Bond.
Do
I
we do,
know you
do,
can't
we,
you
do we
can't
go?
keep all the
Do
Georgia dogs because Keely's definitely gone. We know that for sure.
we, fuck.
I knew you were gonna check.
I'll, I'll take him I'll drop him off wherever he wants to go.
I will drive his
Come
ass to
on.
the airport.
Yeah, right.
They breaking up the Georgia dogs for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be mad at N'Kobe and John Campbell linebackers like set. And we
No,
gotta. I would love to keep Phillips. He wants to come back too. I would love to keep Phillips.
I would too, but I wonder if he's going to get lured away. But I hope if he's look, as he said, he also has to think of his family. His girl's having a baby too, so he may want to take that big check because he spent most of his time in Miami. So it's Eagles may be great, but he may not get the number he wants. We have a lot of guys that should stay, but the reality is that's why they were hurting this year because they had to let go of a lot of guys that couldn't stay
Well, it's a
last year.
business.
It is a
That's what
business.
happens.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
Big Milt, we missed Milton, but he's doing pretty good. He's still playing for the Patriots, so it was worth it letting Milton go. Um, you know, but yeah, I have no. I'm glad I'm not in that front office because there's a lot of. It just to me,
Sweat
this is
plays for
another reason.
Chicago.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sweat plays for Chicago, doesn't he?
No, Milton. You're talking about Milton.
No Sweat. No Sweat.
Sweat plays for
Does Sweat
Arizona.
play for Chicago?
He's
Oh, he plays
Cardinals.
for Arizona.
He got a
I keep
huge check.
confusing
He
him.
got a huge payday at the Cardinals. That's why he's there.
The other Sweat. Sweat is on
Sweat could care less. He's like, I just got paid, but I hate this team.
between Chicago. I always confuse it too.
Yeah,
Vontez
yeah,
Sweat.
yeah, yeah. No, Montez Sweat. You're right. You're right. Okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, no, he's a Chicago
Wait,
Bear.
that's the wrong Sweat.
Yeah, Montez Sweat is still
Yeah,
playing, so he's very thankful he's a Chicago Bear. But yeah, no,
yeah.
the I did look at took a gander at the free agents, and this is going to be a very interesting offseason, if not more important, because now you'll see how many things Howie has to pull, how many strings Howie has to pull to get some decent picks for the draft, because clearly they're going to need O line help. Because Lane, I wouldn't be shocked if he retires. I don't see him coming back
And
one year because he obviously
I
couldn't
mean, the
pop back from
blessing.
his Frank injury.
The blessing part is that all our picks are in the top 4 rounds, 5 rounds. We have anything after the 5th round. We have like
I
all
don't
these
think we
picks.
do. I think he already
We have
traded
a
those
bunch of
away. So he did have them.
all those lower ones. We said we don't need them. Like you find your starters in the first 5 rounds anyway, for the most part. Like
Because I was even going to say
really,
not even the first or second rounds. I was saying you might look out better in the later rounds. Usually, it seems like because most of
oh,
our longer tenors are like fifth round usually, aren't they?
no, not really.
No,
Because you look,
don't we get like linebackers and stuff like fourth or fifth round, or do we get the linebackers early? I'm
we
just
got some of
thinking
them.
deep.
We got some of them earlier.
Okay,
So between
well
the
we'll see.
second and third.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
so we got some. Yeah, and we do need to draft some linemen. Like we
We're
need
gonna
some.
need a lot of. We need help for
We
both
need some
because
big,
both of
need
those
some big
lines are
boy help.
tapping out.
Yeah, D line doesn't need as much help as the O line
O
does. I
line.
think
What do
because
you feel
Matt
about
Pryor
Landon?
is trash.
What do you feel about Landon?
Well, he didn't get on the. Was he? Did he even play?
He played.
Yeah,
He played. I
he
think
looked.
that's why he was very short with his answers in the post game because I think he knows that
I'm
they
sure he
were
wasn't.
pitiful.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, when you don't hear a line his name, that's a good thing because I didn't hear his name that much at all.
I don't know.
So, I
He
mean,
was
that
there.
means he's
I
not.
knew he was there because I kept questioning why he was even still playing. I don't think he's ever fully healed the whole season. The fact
Nah,
that he
he
even
needs to make
played,
sure
he
he
was
can
hard. He was
time
hurt.
off the hill. Yeah, he was beat up. Yeah, so
Beat the freak up. So, what do you think about Maylada and Landon in general? Because obviously this was not their best year together as a team.
no, it wasn't. And I think, and then the part of it was because Landon was hurt a lot. So, I mean,
Right.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine, but they need to get some. They need to
They
get
need
still some
help.
more youth in because I hope they can hold on to Fred Jackson.
No. Fred showed he had some issues this year. Even though I loved it, they came back, but he was fighting. I
No,
think
but he held up back. He held up backing up for Western pretty good though. Because
yeah,
look,
but you noticed part of their problems on chemistry
Matt
was because
Pryor,
of Steen.
yeah, Steen, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm one person I don't want back on the line is Matt Pryor.
No, and please,
I don't want
stop,
Matt Pryor.
and please stop with that experiment because he's like glad that Toth started getting better. Like Toth usually was the one that I dreaded, but he actually
He
improved a lot.
doesn't.
He improved good enough that we weren't like feeling concerned after a while. Like it wasn't feeling like, oh God.
Matt Pryor is always the
But
problem.
Matt Pryor, they keep bringing him back, and I still question what they see in that dude because I feel like even I'm even like, why? He seems to be more of a liability than helping. I don't know who knows him in the building that really feels tethered to him, but they need to cut the ties now.
Yeah,
Abandon
well,
ship.
I don't see him being back. I think they can improve on
So,
from
what
that.
positions do you think specifically that they should look for the most on O line at this point, guard or tackle?
Well, one, we need better. Well, we need better interior. So I think
Yeah,
the tackles are need what we need because we just showed like not having good backups, was not a good thing, especially when
yeah. They don't have depth as much as they thought as far as O line. That's definitely was lacking
I
this
mean they
year.
started dropping like flies, and then half of them
Yep.
playing hurt anyway. So
Yep.
it's like
But what do you think
that,
about Steen? Did you ever like Steen? Because it seems like I hear most of the chatter saying people never thought Steen was that great. But he stood up for himself on that Washington game. That's the most I remember about his butt this year.
look,
When he got jumped by all them players, I looked at him
I
like,
mean,
yo, I don't care what you do wrong after this. I look at you with some respect, young man.
it took the fifth guy to jump in to get him to stop him. Actually, like he was taking on four guys at once, like just
Five
smacking them out the
young
wall.
DBs. Yeah. Suddenly
Another
that
one jumps
bold.
in. Another one jumps in. He's like,
And it was
I'm
just a
like,
bunch of
yo,
red on one white, big, huge white guy. I mean, white jersey. It was like, what the hell is going on? It's just a bunch of flies on top of
I seen one all that smoke that night. He was like, I want
Yeah.
all of it.
You could tell he kept walking up and down that sideline with that bloody nose. Like, I don't care if they eject me. I need to walk this off. They keep talking to him like, calm down,
He was like, sit down, big guy. Come on,
sit
come
down,
on.
big guy. Because Lord knows if you really could do what you want to do, they'd be taking me. You really wouldn't have a
What
career.
those D-backs was thinking, like, really, you gonna try and fight this guy? He's like twice your size.
That's how you know that they were just annoyed with the team because they knew they were losing. Like when it gets to that kind of frustration, like it's just now you just swinging it, you just grasping at straws. But all right. Well, look, I'm not good with knowing the positions that well as far as O line. I just know that O line was not themselves. It hindered the run game, despite
And,
me still feeling like Tank is better at this point with what they had. I think Tank will be a better running back too instead of Shipley, obviously. Um, I think the rumor is
yeah,
they're looking at some already looking at some running backs draft. So
and I'm hoping. Well, we're gonna have to look at tight end, of course,
of course, yeah.
in the
Mhm.
draft because we're losing like three. Well, we got three free agent tight ends coming up. I mean, we
Yeah,
just signed EJ Jenkins on a future contract, so I
yeah.
mean, we
And
know,
Kyler
we know,
Kyler Granson didn't really have to do much, and when he did do it, it was like,
and
you
I
know,
think EJ will be fine. I mean, as long as he's not the number one guy, he'll be okay.
yeah.
You know,
The room. Some people just mentioned about Kyle Pitts coming from Atlanta.
is he going to
Um,
leave Atlanta? Though?
is he going to leave? Right. I didn't know if they re-upped his contract or not because people keep bringing him up, and I'm like, didn't he just resign or something? I
I
thought
mean,
he
I'll
already was.
take Kyle Pitts if he wanted to come here.
If he wanted to come, yeah. But I mean, the reality is, I mean, that's why it's interesting to see where Dallas Goddard, if he decides to go, does go because he covered a lot of ground for Jalen. this year, and he obviously was used as a running back at one point for the end zone, so he became like running
Oh
back
yeah,
four.
that's the only good thing I saw out of the plays they came up with was those
Yeah, that was the
that
only new stuff was that they decided to start, yeah, using
and
Dallas as a
that wasn't
battering
until the
ram.
end of the year. They waited all year to do that. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, I don't even want to talk about Patullo anymore. This play calling because that
no, we're
just
done. But
makes me.
my only question is if he's fired though and he's still in the building, what does that mean? Like, is he's still gonna be the passing coordinator now, not the QB caller
Or
or
he might go
OC
back to
anymore?
his other job that he did that he was
Right.
okay at.
I mean, I'm
I don't
hoping
know.
somebody takes him off of our hands and he just goes somewhere else. I mean, even though I don't think he's good, but if they take him, if he goes somewhere, fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
We gonna
we
miss
all
you.
know he's one of the next boys. So I mean, he's been there with him since day one. But it may be time for him to move on though, because
I agree.
that's let him go somewhere else. Maybe it'll be better for him to go somewhere and learn with somebody else. He's not a dummy, but he just needs to learn. He doesn't know what he's doing yet. Like he needs to go under. I think he needs to go work with some more better offensive minded people.
That could be part of the problem too, because a lot of people obviously want to throw it back on just if it's Hurts' problem is why he goes through so many coordinators. There are plenty of guys that we had on the staff that worked well with Hurts. They just wanted to also go and be
Yeah.
head
Well,
coaches.
you also yeah,
So
you
easy.
also play through the quarterbacks. You play through the quarterback's strengths too, but
Yeah,
you don't do stuff that that person doesn't do well. He's not great at reading a defense, so stop making him do it, or whatever, or stop, or
got you.
just make plays. Be creative at your plays. Oh, he can't. He's got. It's, oh, he's not throwing the ball. Well, if you look at the tape, he got nowhere to throw the ball too. All of
No,
the season's a
he
bunch.
doesn't. That's what one people keep missing. Like, do you see anybody there at some points when he has to make a quick
Yeah,
decision?
yeah. Every now and then you'll see a guy that he could have missed because he wasn't looking.
Right.
But you know, there's
Everything
times
is
where
timing.
exactly,
It's timing.
exactly.
And he said in his post press or the locker clean out day that the only thing that hurts us stressed a lot was that we were always seeming like we were a step behind. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
they need to, and that's true because they seemed to snap it together all the other years, even the bad year. So what was
Yeah.
the difference this year? Obviously, clearly was timing. Everything was off. That's why AJ was having fits because he knew that normally him and Jalen can be on the same page if he makes a snap decision or if he reads, middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that someone like Dable or someone like Mike McDaniels would gel as an OC
Mike
here?
McDaniel, no.
Okay. I just thought of how funny he would sound in press because I know we would have a time here dissecting him sounding like he's on a bong. But
I don't want his ass here. Like,
what about Dable?
uh, I, I wouldn't have mind David. They bought him in like the end. I kind of wanted to bring it after he got fired from Western. Like bring
Oh
him as
yeah,
a
just to be vindictive. Come right
as a
down the pike.
consultant. Yeah, yeah. Bring him down as a consultant to help out.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. I don't know anybody else who even seems like realistic. I mean, everybody else is people I don't really
there's a
know.
couple guys. There's a guy who worked with Lamar for a little while.
Oh,
Plinkin?
Roman.
No, no, no.
No,
OC
not
named
him.
Plinkin or something. He
Oh,
worked with him, and he would want to go somewhere in Lay's roots for a little bit.
what was his
So I
last name
mean,
again?
I think it's Plankton. I was listening to
Okay.
something like doing some research. I heard his name. They were talking
Okay.
about. I forgot one of the analysts on NFL was talking about him, saying he's somebody who's very creative and like
Mm-hmm.
he worked with Lamar a lot, and so he also would be looking to like put his name on something, stamp on something. So him he could be here for a few years.
Shoot, I mean, I even like the idea of the enemy even before he left KC personally, over here. But
Mhm.
he's in Chicago helping them out because now Chicago got a engine running right now, so maybe that's why they're better. I just realized after this season, I really do think that the OC has been become the most
Chicago,
underdog type of position that people aren't paying attention to until a team falls apart once they lose
Chicago's,
their OC.
Chicago's got a rabbit's foot up its ass. I don't know how they like. I mean that team I don't know how they just pull it out all the time. Like
Yeah,
like they
right at
pull
the nth hour. Yeah.
last second victories. Like
Yeah, these dramatic deep
the
throws, which is
only
I
thing
secretly what
separating
every QB wants to do is end the game on a deep pass seconds before the game ends. Like that's your dramatic.
That luck runs out over time, though. So
This is
can't
true.
always bank
I
on that,
agree.
though.
I agree. You can't bank on it. It's just like we couldn't bank on the defense, bailing the Eagles' bad offense play. You know what I mean? At some point, they were gonna run out of juice, and that's what
You
happened.
can bank them. You can't bank them being close to pitching shutouts every game. Like no.
Right. 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 At
Uh,
some point, you just have to play together all four quarters. At some point, that matters. You can't be playing half-ass and expected to win you
yeah.
playoffs to the Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen. So that's why I think you and me both agree that this season was going to be a wash either way because they were not themselves on offense, and they shouldn't have to work that hard when they know that they're capable of, you know, making adjustments in the second half. That's why we started to love this team under Sirianni because they could make adjustments quicker than they did have in the past. And so to
Yeah.
see them look
Yep.
exactly the same is depressing, especially against the Niners who were hurt, who had like half their staff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it made me even more angry to see that trick play with freaking Juwan Jennings. Like that's the one that I was talking about with Blankenship getting fooled. I was like, what the hell is happening? That they can make that reverse thing and y'all not pick that out. Like what? And they showed Big Fonjo having
Uh,
a fit up there. I know he was livid.
oh, well, no. If you look at that play, that was like it was crazy because and I wasn't the only one who said this. I call them out when I see them all the time. Like
The whole
uh, who, Nolan and Phillips got held on that play.
okay.
Like straight up, like they went to go back. Next, he's coming backwards. I'm like, how? And I don't understand. And the guy standing like right there staring at
Yeah.
him. They
Yeah.
just didn't want to call. Like, how do you? I mean, just play fair. If you're gonna let them play, just let them play. Then let them play the whole game.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
I,
I mean, they
I don't
did
care.
decide to finally didn't they finally call at least roughing the passer one time on Jalen, which for the first time all season. I think there was
Yeah,
like a roughing the
when
passer. It was
the guy hit him in his head. Yeah, yep.
yeah, like, and I was like, okay, so now y'all
But
suddenly see him get knocked
that was the only
the
penalty they
only
called.
flag. Yeah.
Listen. But they were throwing laundry on us. Like here,
Let me just tell you, can we get 50 million false starts? And they tried to do that running down the field shit, and then they realized that they had to pick that flag up because that was bullshit. Because Jurgens wasn't even down the field. Like they tried that mess again, and I was like,
well,
yeah,
you're
you
allowed to
better pick
block.
that up.
He was pushing his guy. He was still
He
pushing
wasn't
his
even
guy.
further from even when they did the replay though. Even I said that's bullshit, and they knew it. That's why they
It,
couldn't
looked,
call
it,
it.
looked, it looked like they were trying to call it on Goddard. So like, because he blocked
Please.
his guy that far. I'm like, you can't call that on Goddard. Goddard's a tight end. He's allowed to go downfield.
That's why I was like, as soon as I heard that call, I said, I haven't heard that call all season, so I knew it was bullshit. I'm like, now y'all just calling stuff y'all want to call.
And then they picked it up, and I was
Then
like,
they
oh,
picked it up. That's why as soon as I said it, my aunt was like, "Wait, what? What was the call?" I'm like, "Disregard it because it's stupid." And then when I'm like, "Yeah, you better pick it up because that was so obviously wrong." I just
mm-hmm.
hate that stupid call. Anyway, let them run down the field as long as they freaking want. Focus on the person who got the ball. Stop focusing on the big men down the field. God,
Where is I don't understand like why, and I noticed in a lot of certain teams play replay assist does not get used that much.
that a lot of people have been saying that. I don't.
And
I
certain
noticed that
teams
there are
play
some plays that they do not replay that everybody talks about later in the post game, and I said that's too many times they've been saying that.
replay assist does not jump in all the time. They just be like, oh, they kind of just like, like oh,
They said whatever the call was, let's just keep it moving.
yeah,
Before
right.
we run out of time too, we got to jump around real quick, only because we just heard the news as far as the Phillies are concerned. Real quick, is that Ranger? Oh, hello, here I go. Ranger is now a Red Sox. What are your thoughts?
I don't like it, but
I don't
I had
like
a
it.
feeling he's going to end up somewhere else. As one of my favorite players.
I know that's why I sent that screenshot to you because I said I know he's mad because Ranger went to, but he had to get a payday. I mean, again, when you
I mean,
can't pay
I mean,
everybody.
well, he got 5 years, 130.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, good for him.
I just
Good
hope he
for
can
him.
last. I mean, I just hope he don't go there and do the same thing he did here because he's got to keep up his stamina. And if he can't, if he starts fizzing out early there,
I'm surprised they paid him that much. I think many teams are going to give him 20 something million a year.
I'm never shocked, honestly, Eddie, when people leave here and get the bag. That's why half of them Eagle players that are on their teams got these
And
ridiculous bags. Like I understand
they
it.
make almost 30 a year to go somewhere else. Like, to be
Yeah, but
honest with you.
It always seems like every player I could identify from the teams that are still playing in the playoffs, at least more of them having success were former Eagle players. Like until the Steelers got eliminated, Kenny Gainwell was holding down Pittsburgh until they just, got eliminated. So we can count on
Yeah,
our hand every other year there's at least five Eagle players who end up on a playoff team if our team is out.
but
So
yeah, but the Phillies. I mean, I had a feeling he wasn't going to hang around.
yeah.
I thought he was going to go a little. We're going to maybe get him back. Get him back. He's going to go for less because of his injury, all his injuries last year. Uh, and yeah, it sucks because I wish he was coming back to our rotation, but it is what it is. So I mean, now we got
I'm
to figure it out.
interested. I'm
I
interested
want them
on
to sign Bo Bichette. Please sign
what
Bo Bichette.
who.
That's the one. The guy Bo Bichette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, please. Like they sign him, AJ. That lineup is gonna have some pop to it. You're gonna
Oh,
have
Bo
some back.
Bichette. Okay, I'm sorry. Your sound was breaking
Yeah.
up. I was trying to think. It sounded like you said Boba Fett.
Sign Boba Fett and have him kill all the other teams. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm wondering if they're going to sign Real Muto. I'm just curious because I wouldn't miss him, but I wouldn't be shocked if he stays. I was more shocked they kept Bone. I was thinking Bone was on the bubble and they wouldn't keep
Well,
Bone.
Ball's still
They
on
signed.
contract. They'd have to trade him, wouldn't they? He was still on
Bone was one of
contract.
them guys on arbitration. They didn't have to go on arbitration, something like that. Same as Jesus is staying with us, which I like because I like Jesus Luzardo.
I think Lizardo was gonna. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Lizardo.
So there's more to come. We had to discuss that real quick before it ended because I know that was your guy. Eddie was a strong Ranger Danger fan, so rest in
Yeah,
peace. It was
I
a
got to
wonderful
watch him.
team.
Got to watch him play. Well, I went to one game. The last game I went to was a shutout from him.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was a shutout. That was a couple years, 2 years ago. It was like a shutout, and that was a no hitter though. But he pitched a shutout, a complete game shutout. That man,
Well,
that man had ice in his has ice in his veins. For Christ's sakes, like nothing bothers him.
hopefully the next big signing, at least for Phillies, while we keep hearing little news as the Sixers go on. We finally see the full roster playing well. So let's just pray for more consistency on the Sixers front. Because seeing the rookie light up VJ as usual, Maxi getting comfortable again, and Embiid and PG playing like the vets that they're supposed to be. So we'll see. Play on. They don't even have a hashtag for the Sixers this year. I can't even like go hashtag whatever. I just be like, go Sixers. We got to shift our focus now because football is over for now.
You know,
The off
you
season
know,
looms.
yeah. I mean, they're fun to watch right now.
They
I
are
mean,
when I can
they got a
catch
good,
a game. Yes,
they got a good bench. I mean, they're
Kelly's
playing
back.
well, and I am so glad that I got what I wanted in the draft.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They done well over there. It's just they had to put it together. It
Um,
took a while.
when they signed BJ, I was like, please sign BJ, and then they did, and I was like, because remember how everybody kept saying, oh, Ace Bailey, Ace Bailey, Ace Bailey,
Yeah,
like
because they were.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no, I don't want
Nah.
Ace Bailey, I want BJ. Like,
No, and that worked itself out. So in a way, God was kind of intervening there and saying, "Yeah, y'all don't want this ace kid. It's going to take time for him. He's a hard head."
thank God we didn't get him because he's just not
Yeah.
good, not doing great.
So all right, we are in this weird time where now we got to transition to basketball. So birds of a feather, we will be back. Maybe we'll be talking some more off-season news. It's going to be a lot of mixed bag stuff going on now. I know I'm excited for the Olympics this year myself. I kind of love the Winter Olympics. So yeah,
Oh
it's going
yeah,
to be an interesting little kaleidoscope of birds of a featherism. So just be prepared for the CoEd edition to be varied sports talk at this point. We'll get them next year, Eagles, as we know. I didn't peep that last episode of Hard Knocks, so I know I heard it's kind of a little mirror into what
yeah,
Jalen.
I didn't want to watch any.
I
Like I'm
know,
like,
but I just saw a couple clips and I said, you know what, I can handle it. Like we both said,
uh,
we're over it. We're over it. We
yeah,
kind of knew what was coming. But all right, from your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess, my boy,
indeed,
we will talk to y'all
indeed.
soon. The 2026 postseason begins, y'all. Talk soon.
Still, still go birds and
Always go birds. Always go birds, dickhead. And go Sixers
yep.
and the Flyers.
Flyers and Flyers. We got two potential playoff teams still coming up. So
We never
Flyers and the
know.
Sixers gonna make the playoffs this year. Both
We
of them.
never know. Go Fly Boys. Kick the door down so the Sixers can finish. How about that?
Yep.
All right. We'll talk to y'all soon. Later. Bye.